it's rough for the spoiled Uma to end up being the early series kind of just display version of Uma's. Like, he's clearly not going to be much of a big deal in the overall scheme of things. He's this, hey, first mission kind of guy, easiest one. Let's just kind of get a display and get a flex on of some of these characters and get early story really established, because we only found out about like the Book of the Apocalypse a couple chapters ago. This is the first time they're going after an Uma with the main cast, and the first time that we're really seeing them go out on a story related point in the series. Up until this point, it was getting into the Union and stuff, and now we're actually we're at a point where things are going to start moving forward. We're going to start getting what the point of this series is. Obviously, we know Andy's whole goal to die in a really like badass way, but when you think about like what the series is gonna entail, like what is the series gonna be about outside of that, we haven't really known, but we do know that this Book of the Apocalypse is gonna play a big role in it. So there's gonna be a lot more Umas. There's gonna probably be other groups of people with powers. We just gotta be patient and see how exactly this series unfolds, because it's a very strange series. It's one that obviously very much like Chainsaw Man prides itself on just being very wild and crazy. And now we're seeing the main character like rally a horde of zombies to fight this giant like rotting creature with like a stone angel for a face. It's again a very out there layout, but at the same time, I think that's what makes Undead Unluck very fun. And I'm hoping they do other like weird monsters. Now that I know, like, with Uma essentially, it'd be like what you'd classify like Bigfoot and the Loch Ness monster under, from what I understand of how Japan's works, was an unidentified mystical animal or something. So you probably like cryptozoology, probably in general, you could get creatures out of there and integrate them into the story. But Izumo ends up going down into that bunker that she saw someone pop their head out from last chapter, who is like, it's a bunch of kids. One of them's got a gun, and he's worried about what's going on. He doesn't want these guys to come near him. He's trying to protect all these other kids. But Izumo ends up rushing him and stopping him from shooting them, and as well starts to discuss essentially what happened. And this kid's like saying, well, this weird ball thing just started appearing in the town and started speaking. That was when the Uma showed up and started rotting people and started making all of these zombies. And the person that ended up saving all these kids was this lady who ran a flower shop, or sorry, she ran a nursery with the name on it. I looked at her apron and I saw Sunflower, and I forgot that's the name of like the school little kids go to. I kept calling her the flower chick the first time I read through, but it's actually the woman that Andy ended up talking to, the zombie he didn't kill the first attack he had, and that he ended up bringing to the church, so she could experience getting married as a zombie, because is half undead. Like, the fact that he's undead, but the zombie rotting is like affecting him, but it's not fully taking him. He's like in between, like being alive and being a zombie, so he can speak and understand like the zombie language. And now he's like rallying all these zombies up to go against this monster. Again, I don't think anybody expected that to any degree whatsoever at all. But he's fighting this monster. The school teacher lady is like able to just groan out some words because she appreciates what Andy did. But because you have all of these zombies running around, you have this whole realization of what Andy is gonna like weaponize for this. And Izumo's a weird kind of spot, because out of the whole Union, she's the only one that doesn't have experience with her power in any form of combat way or any form of way right now. Like, they're fighting a monster. If they're doing any job related stuff, because obviously the whole Union group has been using their powers for a while. Andy obviously is more than 100 years old. He's very skilled with it. Izumo is the only one that's fresh and hasn't figured out how to... We don't know what her fighting style is really going to be like, but we do know that her power is very useful. And when they're like doing this and fighting this Uma, one of the zombies that Andy's rallied, like, while running past, like, bumps up against Izumo, and like, she's like, oh, that one that one just touched me. And when this is happening, the diner sign next to the Uma falls and hits the monster right on his back. And then you realize the strategy, because these zombies, they're dead. It doesn't look like they're going to be saved and turned back anytime soon. So Andy just wants them all to go and touch Izumo, as well as the one in the wedding dress went and gave her just like a big nice hug. And Izumo teared up a bit, and we know her emotional state also plays into a factor. It's not just her touching them. But when she, after the zombie goes and touches her, it goes rushing in, runs right up to the Uma, who trips into like a big movie dynamite gunpowder building, and it just like massive explosion. And now they have a plan on how to beat him. It's not just going to be Andy attacking. Like, oh, with these zombies and Andy, we're gonna use Izumo's unluck ability to just kind of screw this guy over and keep fighting him until they can capture him, because they're trying to capture him. I gotta remember that they aren't trying just to kill him. They want to take him back for the mission and, you know, box him up like they've done all these other dangerous Umas, so they don't cause any more like big issues. But like I said, Andy rallying a bunch of zombies, there's no way anybody foresaw that coming. That's such a weird like way to turn a zombie horde kind of setting on like completely on its head, because you figured it was just going to be, oh yeah, there's the Uma, there's going to be like his hordes of zombies, you're going to get a lot of action stuff in between there. But it's like, oh no, he's rallying the zombies to go against the guy that turned them into zombies. It's just such a funny twist, but it's so cool at the same time. But it was a pretty short chapter. It was pretty easy to read. There was one thing to pay attention to in terms of just like little hints, is the kids when they ended up like having their numbers on them, the number went back and reset when one of them, like, he was cheered one of the other ones up, and the number went back up. So I'm wondering what that's about. Like, maybe the way to beat like the zombie power is to kind of like not give into it. So like you have just like an emotional state of overcoming it, and it's like you have to like give up it and just accept being a zombie for it to take full effect or something. But that'll probably take some it'll probably have some importance to the plot after this. Maybe that kid is the repair. Maybe that's going to be his thing, is he's the repair guy that they're looking for as well. He's the reward for this mission. But anyway, other than that, comment below. Tell me your thoughts about this chapter and this series. Volume 1, from what I saw, has been doing pretty good. I mean, I want to see what Volume 2 cover looks like, just to kind of get a layout of what this author is going to be making volume covers like. Because it's just always like a nice thing when you can see like what their style is and how they're, you know, going to be presenting the series from any point of the physical volume cover. Because I don't know, finding out a volume cover is always fun. But other than that, comment below, thumbs up the video, from the like button, subscribe button, and check out my other videos. But other than that, I appreciate everyone who's already subscribed, and thank you all for listening. Bye.